Hi Disney lovers! Welcome back to another video. I'm Kathy, this is my channel, and today I'm here to talk to you about my top 5 Magic Kingdom rides. So I have watched a lot of these videos. I love watching other people's top rides in the Disney parks because it's interesting to see what other people like. I feel like everyone has their own opinions about the rides at Walt Disney World, and it's fun to hear what others have to say, and sometimes it gets me to go on a ride that maybe I haven't gone on in a while, or maybe I thought I didn't like, and kind of see it in a new light. So I want to share with you today my top 5 Walt Disney World rides in Magic Kingdom. I am in the Disney spirit. I have my Minnie Mouse ears, so let's get started. Talk some rides. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, my number 5 ride at Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom. This is specifically about the Magic Kingdom. My number 5 ride at Magic Kingdom is the Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise always has a really long, slow-moving line. So, if you like the Jungle Cruise like me, it's necessary to get a fast pass. You have to have a fast pass to go on this ride. And even with a fast pass, you end up waiting for a little while. So, I love to get a fast pass for the Jungle Cruise, and I love the Jungle Cruise. Even though it's not based off of like one of those commonly talked about Disney movies, like it's not Peter Pan or Cinderella themed or, you know, anything like that, the Jungle Cruise is so much fun, especially as an adult. I think the Jungle Cruise is one of those ones that you have to go on if you're an adult. There's like one curl. What are you doing? Whatever. As an adult, you have to go on the Jungle Cruise. I always try to sit near the front. Try to sit near the skipper, the person that's driving your boat and talking into the microphone, because they are hysterical the entire time you're on the Jungle Cruise. You get to see the different animals and things that they have going on outside of the boat, but inside the boat is the best part of the ride. The skippers have an unlimited number of jokes and puns that they go throughout the entire ride. So the Jungle Cruise is so much fun, and the skippers are hilarious, especially if you get one that really loves their job and they're really into it. It can be a really great time. So Jungle Cruise, especially as an adult, my number 5 ride in Magic Kingdom. Top rides in Magic Kingdom, number 4. My 4th favorite ride in Magic Kingdom is the People Mover. People Mover, as most of you know, is just like a Disney tradition. You have to do People Mover when you're at Disney World and when you're in Magic Kingdom. People Mover is a really slow-moving ride, kind of whips around those corners though, but you kind of get like a bird's eye view of Tomorrowland area of the Magic Kingdom park, which is so nice, and it's relaxing. You get a little bit of a breeze while you're on it. So People Mover is one of those nice ones where you can just kind of talk and relax for a little while and get an inside look in some of those rides in Magic Kingdom. So People Mover is one of my favorites. I can do it multiple times and not get bored, and it also gives you a good opportunity to just talk with your friends, take some pictures, things like that. So People Mover, number 4. My number 3 top ride in Magic Kingdom is another one that kind of goes along with People Mover. I tend to do these two right around the same time because they're right next to each other, and it is the Carousel of Progress. Carousel of Progress, from what I know, is the only ride in Walt Disney World that Walt actually rode. It was made for the World's Fair forever ago, and it is just like a rotating theater, and it goes through different time periods, so you get to see how things changed and developed. And in the last one, it's kind of what they predicted the world would be like, so virtual technology and things like that. It's so much fun, and it is my go-to when the park is way too hot and you need air conditioning and a break. So you can bring your backpack in, drink some water while you're sitting and watching the show, and the song is so catchy. My family is that family that sits there and we're like, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. Yeah, it'll be stuck in your head all day long, and next time you go on it, you'll want to sing along. So Carousel of Progress is number 3. It's a great ride, nice and relaxing, minimal thrills, more of like a show. Okay, my number 2 ride in Magic Kingdom is one of the semi-newer rides, at least over the past couple years, and it is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I feel, is a very low thrill roller coaster. It is still a roller coaster, but it really doesn't go that fast. It is really cool because the cars move. They swing back and forth as well as going through the roller coaster track. So that's a lot of fun. And the theming, I love the Seven Dwarfs in the mine. I mean, what they've done with the projection of the Seven Dwarfs faces and everything, I think is awesome. It's like that next level of animation and animatronics, all that cool stuff. So it's just really magical. It makes you feel like you're in Seven Dwarfs land, in their mine. And it's really fun. It has some nice curves, and in the end you get to watch Snow White dancing with the dwarfs. So love it. Love the songs that they sing along with it. Hi ho, all that good stuff. So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Now Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a crazy line. Since it opened, and it's already been, what, I don't know, 2 years maybe? Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it's only been 1, but it just feels like it's been open for a while, and the line is always insane, the regular wait line. I think every time I've seen it, it's over an hour, and usually it's closer to 2 hours. So that's another one that you either have to fast pass or have to get right to the park first thing in the morning, early for the rope drop, and go straight there. Now, what I have done the past couple times is go to Be Our Guest restaurant in the morning before the park opens. And if you know, Be Our Guest is right next to where Mine Train is. You can get a reservation for before Magic Kingdom opens, and then you're in the park before it opens. And we actually got to ride Mine Train twice before the park officially opened and people came in. So they kind of started running it a little bit earlier than the park officially opened. So that's kind of been our newest thing, so that I don't have to get a fast pass for Mine Train. I can get it for other things, but I can still get on it and have fun, and it's, you know, we don't have to worry about waiting in the line. So Be Our Guest for me isn't exactly my favorite restaurant, but if you like it, it is kind of more of quick service. You just place your order and then you go find a table. If you think that that's something you would want to try, it does kind of work out where you get in the park before it opens and you're right near Mine Train. You can always go to a different ride instead of Mine Train, but just something to keep in mind with Mine Train because that line gets crazy. But it's a really fun and cool ride. And I love the pictures. They take pictures at 2 different spots that come out afterward on your photo pass, and they're really, really great. Number one, my top ride at Magic Kingdom. A lot of people might disagree with me on this, but it's Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is so themed and so long. Splash Mountain is one of those rides where you really feel like it was worth the wait, in my opinion, at least. I don't mind waiting in that line. Once you're in the mountain and waiting in there, there's a lot to look at. And the ride is a decent amount of time. I mean, it feels like, at least, you're on the ride for a while. It does get stuck a lot, too, so that might kind of add to the time. But the ride is so themed. There's a whole story that goes along with it. There's multiple drops. If you don't know what Splash Mountain is a log flume ride. It is not your typical log flume where it's just literally the flume and the log is going and you can see all the, it's inside for the most part. There's a couple parts that come outside, but it's not just like one of those, I don't know, like structures and then there's water and logs in it. So it is indoors and it comes outside. The big drop is outside. There's a bridge right where the big drop is so people can watch, and it is a big drop. I mean, that drop gets me every single time. I'm always like, oh, I'm so used to this ride, I love this, and then I'm on the drop and I'm like, oh, I forgot what that feels like. So it really is a great ride. There's a story to it. Again, music to sing along with, to clap, to enjoy. I love the rides that have the music playing and really make you feel like you're a part of it. So Splash Mountain is my all-time favorite ride. I have to ride it every time I go. And I think my family hates me for that, because Splash Mountain, for me at least, in my own experience, I always get wet. Oh, and not just like a little wet, I always get very wet. So if you do not like to get wet, I really don't know if it's for you. Especially, I will say, I love to go on Splash Mountain when it is cold out, when it's like a little bit chillier, or at night, because sometimes the line is a little bit shorter at that time because people are like, it's cold, I don't want to get wet, you know. So I love to do that. I usually save it for more towards the end of the day, or when I don't want to be like running around in case I am all wet. But last time I went, and I see people wear ponchos on Splash Mountain all the time, which is another great idea, because the biggest problem is not so much like getting wet on top, but when you go down and then the water like piles into your boat and gets on your bottom, it gets on the seat, and your pants get wet, and then you have to walk around in wet pants all day. So wearing a poncho is a really good idea, because it'll hopefully go down to like your knees or so. So even if the seat gets wet, your clothes won't. I've also like wrapped my raincoat, like sat on my raincoat and then like closed it up so that only my raincoat gets wet. So if that's something that bothers you, maybe that's something you would think about, or bring extra clothes. But Splash Mountain is a must do. It is my top ride in Magic Kingdom. It has been for the longest time. I love it. Go on it. Let me know what you think. If you are obsessed with the song, with Zippity Doo Dah, with all the music like I am, I mean, I think like 5 years ago, we looked up the lyrics because I feel like we didn't really know them and we were just making up words. We're like, this sounds like what they're saying, but we actually looked them up to make sure that we knew what the words were. But if you love Splash Mountain like me, let me know, because it's my fave. So those are my personal top 5 rides in Magic Kingdom. I know everyone has their own special rides. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite Magic Kingdom ride and it's not one that I mentioned. I know I didn't mention Thunder and Space Mountain. There are other, I mean, I love other rides, of course, but these are my top in Magic Kingdom that I always feel like I have to go on or get a fast pass for. So yeah, go on them. When you go to Magic Kingdom, make sure you hit up those rides and let me know what you think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Like it down below, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time for another video. Bye, Disney lovers.